Welcome to Dream Physiology.
Winter arrives quietly, without asking for attention. It does not announce itself with noise or urgency. Instead, it changes the world by slowing it down. The air grows colder. The sky darkens earlier. The light that once stretched late into the evening begins to retreat, leaving long shadows where the day used to linger. And somewhere beneath your awareness, your body notices this shift long before your thoughts do. You may feel it as a subtle heaviness in the evening, a sense that the day ends sooner than expected, a pull toward warmth, toward stillness, toward the quiet comfort of being indoors while the night gathers outside. These feelings are not habits, and they are not weaknesses. They are signals. They are the language of your physiology responding to winter. Winter nights speak directly to the systems inside you that govern rest, safety, and repair. As daylight fades earlier, your eyes detect the change instantly. Specialized cells within your retina sense the drop in light and send messages deep into the center of your brain. These messages do not form images, they form timing. They tell your internal clock that the day is shortening, that the night is arriving sooner, and that it is time to begin preparing for rest. This internal clock, small but powerful, adjusts your entire body to match the season. It influences when hormones are released, when your temperature begins to fall, when your heart slows, and when your mind becomes less vigilant. In winter, this clock shifts earlier. Darkness arrives before your mental world has fully settled, gently guiding your physiology toward a slower rhythm, even while your thoughts are still catching up. You may notice that evenings feel different in winter. Thoughts soften earlier. The edge of alertness dulls sooner. You may feel reflective without knowing why, or comforted by simple routines that felt unnecessary in brighter months. This is not coincidence. It is the result of melatonin rising earlier in response to longer darkness. Melatonin is not merely a sleep hormone. It is a signal of safety. When it rises, your nervous system begins releasing its grip on the day. As melatonin increases, your heart rate gently lowers. Your muscles start letting go of tension. Your body temperature begins its gradual descent toward the range required for deep sleep. In winter, this process begins earlier and unfolds more slowly, creating a long runway into rest rather than an abrupt drop. The season itself supports this transition, offering your body more time to prepare. Winter also changes the emotional tone of your evenings. With reduced daylight, neurotransmitters involved in mood and energy adjust their rhythm. Serotonin, which supports daytime clarity and motivation, begins to share the stage more fully with melatonin. The result is a softer emotional landscape, one that favors introspection, calm, and emotional release rather than stimulation and urgency. This shift is not meant to isolate you or slow your life. It is meant to protect you. Winter has always been a season of conservation. For most of human history, winter nights were longer, colder, and quieter. The body learned to use this time not for activity, but for restoration. That memory still lives inside you. Even in a modern world filled with artificial light and constant motion, your physiology continues to respond to winter as it always has. Your hormones adjust. Your nervous system shifts toward parasympathetic dominance earlier in the evening. Your immune system prepares for the challenges of colder months. your sleep architecture subtly changes to support deeper, longer periods of rest. As you enter this winter night story, you are stepping into that ancient rhythm. Nothing is required of you. There is no effort needed, no technique to follow, no habit to build. Your body already knows how to do this. All it needs is permission to slow down. Tonight, we will move gently through the ways winter nights reshape your sleep and physiology. We will explore how early darkness alters your internal clock, how colder temperatures support deeper rest, how hormones realign themselves with the season, and how your mind softens in response to longer nights. This is not a lesson meant to keep you alert. It is a story meant to carry you towards sleep. As you listen, allow the atmosphere of winter to settle around you. Feel the contrast between the cold outside and the warmth that surrounds you now. Let your breathing slow naturally. Let the day release its hold. Winter is not taking anything from you. It is offering you something rare and necessary. Winter nights do not only change the world outside your window, they change the way your body rests, heals, and remembers how to let go. And tonight, you are invited to move gently into that transformation. Winter begins to reshape your internal world with the simple arrival of early darkness. Throughout the year, your body depends on light to regulate its natural timing. When the sun sets late, your brain stays aligned with the brightness, keeping you alert well into the evening. But when winter approaches, the daylight fades sooner, and your cells respond to this change in a way that affects your sleep more deeply than you may realize. Inside your eyes, there are specialized cells that sense the presence of light. They are not used for vision. They exist for the purpose of communicating with your internal clock, a small but powerful center in your brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. This clock organizes your waking and resting rhythms every single day. It uses light as its primary guide. When winter darkness comes earlier, the clock receives its signal sooner. It begins preparing your body for rest long before your conscious mind has slowed down. As light fades, melatonin begins to rise. This hormone signals your body that the day is ending. During winter months, darkness stretches for many more hours than in the warmer seasons. This extended darkness encourages a deeper, more consistent release of melatonin. Your heart rate slowly decreases. Your body temperature begins its nightly drop earlier than usual. Your nervous system transitions into a calmer state as the diminished light sends messages of safety and quiet. Winter nights also shape your emotional patterns. With less sunlight reaching your brain, serotonin levels may fluctuate. Serotonin supports mood, stability, and energy during the day. When winter light decreases, your brain adapts by seeking more rest and stillness. This seasonal shift creates a softer emotional tone that aligns with the longer hours of night. Many people feel a natural longing for warmth, reflection, and slow moments during winter evenings. This is part of the deep dialogue between the environment and your physiology. Your circadian rhythm also lengthens in winter. The extended darkness tells your body to prepare for sleep earlier and for a slightly longer duration. Your internal clock adjusts itself to align with the season. This adjustment is not abrupt. It happens gradually, night by night, as your brain learns the rhythm of the winter sky. You may notice yourself becoming tired sooner, craving rest more deeply, or feeling a sense of calm that is different from summer's energy. All of these sensations reflect the way your body harmonizes with the environment. At the same time, melatonin shapes the beginning of your nightly descent. When it rises earlier, your mind begins releasing the intensity of the day at a gentler pace. Your prefrontal cortex, which manages planning and decision-making, quiets a little earlier. The emotional centers of your brain release their daytime alertness. Your body slowly separates from the demands of daylight. Winter's early darkness is not simply an external change. It becomes part of your physiology. It guides your breath to soften. It encourages your heartbeat to settle. It invites your mind into a deeper relationship with rest. This relationship forms the foundation for the sleep that follows, creating a night shaped by calmness, renewal, and the quiet intelligence of your body. You continue drifting into this winter rhythm, guided by the early darkness that gently prepares your inner world for the long and restorative night ahead. As winter deepens and the early darkness settles into your evenings, the chemistry within your body begins to shift in ways that feel subtle on the surface, but powerful in the world beneath your awareness. These changes happen gently. They unfold in quiet waves that follow the rhythm of the season. While you move through your winter nights, your hormones adjust themselves to support your sleep, your mood, your energy, and the healing processes that depend on rest. To understand how your body responds to winter nights, you first need to understand how intimately your physiology is connected to seasonal light. Every morning when sunlight reaches your eyes, it triggers a series of signals that move through your nervous system and into your endocrine system. These signals influence how awake you feel, how stable your emotions are, how easily you think, and how deeply you sleep later in the night. During winter, the sun rises later and sets earlier. This timing shapes your hormonal cycles in ways that become clearer when you pause and listen to your body. One of the first hormones to respond to winter darkness is melatonin. This hormone serves as the gatekeeper for your sleep. When it rises, your brain begins to release the hold of daylight. Your thoughts loosen. Your heart rate slows. Your body temperature prepares to fall. During summer months, melatonin rises later because the light remains on the earth for many hours. In winter, melatonin rises much earlier. Darkness arrives before your day has ended, and your body responds by shifting quietly into the first stages of its nightly rhythm. Melatonin does not only tell you when to sleep, it also influences your core temperature, your appetite, and your emotional state. When it rises earlier, your entire internal landscape adapts. You may find yourself wanting comfort sooner in the evening. You may feel a softness in your mood or a desire to rest earlier than usual. This is not laziness or a lack of motivation. It is your physiology responding to the season. Your body is guiding you toward a winter rhythm that has supported humans for thousands of years. While melatonin guides your evenings, cortisol shapes your mornings. Cortisol is often misunderstood because it is associated with stress, but its primary role is to help you wake. It rises naturally before sunrise, giving your brain the energy it needs to take on the day. In winter, when dawn arrives later, your cortisol rhythm shifts. It rises more slowly and sometimes slightly later than during seasons of bright, early light. This gentle delay can make winter mornings feel calmer and slower. You may find it harder to awaken with sharp alertness, and that sensation is grounded in your biology. This slower rise of cortisol allows your nervous system to transition from sleep to wakefulness with care. Instead of being pulled abruptly into awareness, you are guided gently. Your breath deepens. Your heart begins a stronger rhythm. Your mind lifts from the quiet depths of sleep with a softness that mirrors the winter sky. The shift is not abrupt. It unfolds like light across snow, quiet and steady. Winter also affects serotonin, a neurotransmitter closely tied to mood and emotional balance. During bright seasons, sunlight supports your serotonin production, helping maintain energy and emotional steadiness. In winter, with fewer hours of light, your serotonin levels may adjust. This does not mean you are broken or unstable. It means your body is entering a season of conservation and deeper rest. The emotional stillness many people feel in winter has roots in the natural ebb of serotonin and the rise of melatonin. These two chemicals dance with each other throughout the season, creating a balanced rhythm that supports the longer nights. The thyroid gland also responds to seasonal changes. This gland helps regulate metabolism, body temperature, and energy levels. During colder months, your thyroid may subtly increase its activity to support warmth and energy conservation. This process works together with brown adipose tissue, a specialized type of fat that generates heat. Brown fat becomes more active during winter. When your body senses cold, brown fat warms you gently from within. This internal heat production helps your body maintain a stable temperature throughout long nights. As your hormones shift into their winter patterns, your immune system also begins adjusting. Winter is a season when your body requires stronger internal defenses, and sleep is one of the most important tools for immune resilience. During the night, immune cells move through your bloodstream, repairing tissues, identifying threats, and preparing your body for the challenges of colder months. Your body uses long winter nights to strengthen itself. This strengthening is supported by the same hormonal rhythms that shape your sleep. Growth hormone, for example, rises during deep sleep and becomes more active in the quiet, restful patterns of winter. It supports tissue repair, muscle recovery, and cellular healing. Longer nights create more opportunities for this hormone to move through your bloodstream without interruption. The soft, slow hours of winter sleep become a sanctuary for physical restoration. Each of these hormonal changes works together, creating a winter physiology that is different from the physiology of spring, summer, or fall. Winter encourages softness, stillness, and longer periods of rest. It guides you toward deeper sleep, calmer evenings, and a more reflective emotional tone. These changes are not weaknesses. They are adaptations your body uses to protect you. Although modern life often pushes you to maintain the same rhythm throughout the year, your physiology still remembers the ancient patterns of winter. It knows how to move through the season with grace and balance. As you settle into these nights, you experience something your body has always understood. Winter is a time for deeper rest. It is a time for gentle evenings, longer nights,
and a physiology shaped by early darkness and quiet air. You are now beginning to feel this shift inside you, carried gently into the next part of the winter night.
As the winter night settles deeper around you, your body begins its natural journey into the temperature rhythm that supports sleep. Every night, no matter the season, your core temperature drops to help your brain and body rest. But in winter, the cold air and early darkness intensify this process in ways that reach far into your physiology. You may not feel the details of these changes, but you experience them through the comfort you seek, the sleepiness that arrives earlier, and the way your body warms itself when you settle into rest. Temperature is one of the most important signals your body uses to regulate sleep. Throughout the day, your internal core stays slightly warmer as your metabolism, movement, and thinking require energy. In the evening, your temperature begins to fall naturally. This drop helps your body release alertness and prepares your brain for the first stages of sleep. During winter nights, the external cold supports this biological shift by encouraging a deeper and more efficient reduction in temperature. Your skin plays an important role in this process. When you enter a cooler environment, the blood vessels near your skin respond by narrowing. This helps your body conserve heat and maintain the temperature of your internal organs. At the same time, your hands and feet may feel cooler. They release small amounts of heat as your body prepares to enter sleep. This gentle release is part of the natural transition into rest. In winter, the cold air around you enhances this process, making the descent into sleep smoother and more aligned with your biology. Inside your brain, the temperature drop communicates directly with the systems that prepare you for sleep. One of these systems is the hypothalamus, a region responsible for regulating temperature and managing your circadian rhythm. When your core temperature lowers, the hypothalamus signals your body to reduce energy use. Your heart rate becomes steady and slow. Your breathing deepens. Muscles release tension. These changes form the foundation of your nightly rest. During winter, the cooling effect of the environment strengthens the hypothalamus's signals. Your brain interprets the early darkness and cold air as a cue that it is time to rest. This creates a calm and natural rhythm that guides you toward sleep earlier than in warm seasons. You may feel your body settling into comfort when the sun sets, even if your mind remains focused on the day. This sensation reflects your physiology responding to winter. As your body temperature decreases, the glymphatic system in your brain prepares for activation. This system clears waste products from your brain during deep sleep. It relies on slow-wave sleep, which is supported by the cooling of your core temperature. The colder the night air around you, the easier it becomes for your body to reach the depth of sleep that allows this cleansing to begin. Winter nights, with their long hours of darkness and lower temperatures, create ideal conditions for this nightly renewal. While your core cools, another important process begins in the layers beneath your skin. Your brown adipose tissue, or brown fat, becomes more active in winter. Brown fat generates heat by burning energy, helping maintain your internal warmth without increasing your overall temperature. This process is known as non-shivering thermogenesis. It supports the gentle balance between warmth and coolness that sleep requires.
Brown fat activity increases when the environment becomes cold, helping you remain comfortable while your internal systems continue their descent into rest. Your muscle tissues respond to temperature changes as well. When winter arrives, your muscles hold a little more tension during the day to keep you warm. But at night, this tension dissolves as your body transitions into sleep. Muscle fibers release the energy they stored throughout the day, relaxing into a state of calm. This release helps you settle more deeply under blankets, feeling the warmth they provide against the winter air. Your heart also experiences the winter temperature rhythm. The cool air outside causes your cardiovascular system to conserve energy. Your heart beats more slowly. Your blood pressure decreases. Your vessels widen slightly when you reach deeper sleep stages. This widening enhances circulation, supporting the delivery of nutrients and the removal of waste products. Winter's natural cold strengthens these processes by encouraging a deeper restfulness within the cardiovascular system. As you lie within the warmth of your blankets, your skin senses the contrast between your internal heat and the cool air around you. This contrast creates a feedback loop that enhances comfort. Your nervous system interprets the warmth as safety and encourages a deeper release into sleep. The coolness of the environment outside your blanket helps maintain your core temperature at the level your body needs for restorative rest. This balance creates one of the most comforting sensations of winter nights. Your respiratory system adjusts to winter temperatures during sleep as well. Cool air encourages deeper breathing. As you breathe in, the cold air slows your respiratory rate, allowing your lungs to expand fully. This slow breathing supports the activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, which guides rest and healing. The moisture in your breath warms the air as it enters your lungs, creating a gentle internal balance that supports calmness throughout the night. The emotional effects of winter temperature changes also shape your sleep. When your body cools naturally, your mind begins to let go of the day's emotional intensity. Your thoughts soften. The stress centers in your brain prepare for rest. This emotional quiet allows your feelings to settle and creates a peaceful foundation for the deeper stages of sleep. Winter's temperature rhythm does not rush you. It guides you with a soft and steady hand. It creates a physiological landscape where your body and mind align effortlessly with the night. The coolness outside, the warmth inside, and the quiet changes within you all work together to support a deeper form of rest. As you move through this winter night, your temperature continues its gentle descent, guiding you toward the next stage of your sleep journey, where your body begins to release the final remnants of the day and prepare for the deeper restorative work ahead.
As winter settles more deeply into your night, the amount of light that reaches your eyes becomes one of the most profound influences on your physiology. Light has always been a central part of how your body understands time. It shapes your mood, your energy, and your internal rhythm in ways you rarely notice while moving through your day. During winter, when sunlight becomes softer and more limited, your brain responds with a series of chemical changes designed to help you move through the season with balance. Your eyes contain specialized receptors that sense light not as images, but as information. These cells send their signals directly to your internal clock, located deep in your brain.
This clock keeps track of the world outside and helps regulate everything from the time you feel alert to the time you naturally become tired. When winter arrives and the daylight hours shrink, your internal clock begins rewriting its expectations. The early darkness tells your brain that the day is shorter, and your physiology adjusts itself to this new seasonal pattern. One of the most immediate responses to reduced light is the shift in melatonin production. Melatonin rises when light fades, guiding your body toward rest. In winter, the longer nights encourage melatonin to rise earlier and remain active for a longer period of time. This extended release deepens the sense of calm that arrives in the evening. Your body feels the quieting influence of melatonin settling into your bloodstream sooner than it does in warmer seasons. You may feel a natural desire to slow down, to seek warmth, and to release the pace that carried you through the day. Another important chemical shaped by winter light is serotonin. Serotonin supports feelings of well-being, emotional steadiness, and mental clarity. Bright light stimulates serotonin production during the day. When winter arrives, sunlight becomes softer and available for fewer hours. As a result, serotonin levels may shift. This does not mean something is wrong. It means your brain is adapting to the season. With reduced sunlight, serotonin moves into a winter rhythm that complements the increased presence of melatonin. Together, these two chemicals create a quieter emotional landscape suited for more reflective nights. Your brain also responds to winter light through the regulation of dopamine. Dopamine influences motivation and reward. In bright seasons, dopamine activity rises naturally with exposure to sunlight. In winter, dopamine levels adjust gently to align with the calmer tone of the season. This adjustment encourages you to move more slowly and to approach your days with steadiness rather than urgency. It also helps your brain conserve energy during the colder months, when your body uses more resources to stay warm. The pineal gland plays a central role in winter's influence on your physiology. This small gland is responsible for releasing melatonin. It is highly sensitive to changes in light. When your eyes sense shorter days, signals reach the pineal gland, telling it that the night has arrived early. As melatonin rises, your core temperature decreases. Your heartbeat softens. The stress centers in your brain begin preparing to rest. This process encourages your body to embrace the longer nights by moving into deeper and more restorative sleep. Winter light also affects your circadian rhythm, the daily cycle that helps you manage alertness, hunger, hormone release, and sleep. During winter, your circadian rhythm lengthens slightly. This lengthening gives your body more time to prepare for sleep in the evening and more time to rise in the morning. You may feel this change through the natural desire to wake up slowly, to savor moments of quiet in the early hours, or to seek warmth and softness before beginning your day. This desire is not resistance. It is the voice of your physiology moving in harmony with the season. Emotional balance is strongly connected to the chemistry shaped by winter light. When sunlight becomes limited, your brain adapts its neurotransmitters to help you move through the season with a calm sense of presence. You may feel more reflective or more inwardly focused. You may find yourself craving gentle conversations or peaceful environments. Your emotional system leans towards stillness during winter, creating a sense of ease that aligns with the early darkness. This emotional shift supports deeper sleep by encouraging your mind to quiet itself before night arrives. The hypothalamus, your internal control center for temperature, hunger, and hormones, also responds to winter changes in light. It adjusts your metabolism to conserve energy, ensuring that your body stays warm while consuming fewer resources. It influences your appetite, sometimes increasing your desire for warm foods that provide sustained energy. It also supports your sleep by coordinating the drop in body temperature needed for deep rest. Winter light strengthens this coordination, helping your body fall asleep more easily and stay asleep for longer periods of time. These chemical shifts are not isolated events. They work together to create a winter physiology that supports long nights, deep rest, and emotional grounding. Reduced light encourages melatonin to rise earlier. Earlier melatonin encourages temperature changes. Temperature changes deepen sleep. Deeper sleep strengthens emotional resilience. Emotional resilience supports your ability to adapt to the season. Your entire physiology becomes part of a quiet seasonal rhythm that has shaped human life for centuries. As you move through winter nights, your brain continues responding to the gentle changes in daylight. These responses create a protective rhythm that encourages restoration. They allow you to feel safe in the quiet. They support a calm inner world that matches the stillness of the season. When you settle into sleep on a winter night, you are not only entering rest, you are entering a seasonal dialogue your body understands deeply. You continue drifting through this winter rhythm as your mind and body adapt to the longer darkness, preparing you for the deeper stages of sleep that await you in the next part of your journey. As the winter night deepens, your emotional world begins to move in a rhythm shaped by the season. Winter is not only a shift in temperature and daylight, it is also a shift in how you feel, how you process your day, and how gently your mind settles into rest. When the nights become longer and the air becomes colder, your emotional centers respond with a softness that supports deeper sleep and a quieter connection to your inner world. This softening is not imaginary. It is deeply physiological. It lives in the chemistry of your brain, the signals of your nervous system, and the natural patterns of your thoughts as you prepare for sleep. In winter, the earlier sunset influences your emotional state long before you begin drifting towards sleep. Throughout the afternoon, the decreasing light begins to calm the stress centers of your brain. The amygdala becomes less reactive as the environment shifts toward darkness. This region is responsible for alertness and emotional intensity. When daylight fades, the amygdala receives a signal that the demands of the day are ending. Its activity decreases naturally, creating a softer emotional tone. You may feel this as a sense of quiet, a desire to withdraw into warmth, or a gentle decrease in mental tension. Simultaneously, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for planning, decision-making, and managing your thoughts, begins to quiet. This quieting is subtle but deeply important. During bright summer evenings, the activity in this region remains high because the external world still holds light. Your brain interprets that light as a sign to stay alert. In winter, however, darkness arrives early and encourages your mind to step away from the analytical pace of the day. The prefrontal cortex begins releasing its tight grip on your focus, allowing your thoughts to drift into a softer and more reflective rhythm. This shift supports a bedtime-safe emotional landscape. The pace of your mind slows to match the environment, and your internal dialogue becomes quieter. You may find yourself thinking not with urgency, but with warmth, recalling small moments, gentle memories, or the simple comfort of returning home on a winter night. These thoughts guide you into the early emotional stages of sleep, where your mind prepares to release the day's weight. Winter also influences neurotransmitters that shape your emotional experience. Serotonin, which provides emotional steadiness, works in close balance with melatonin. As melatonin rises earlier and stays present longer through winter nights, serotonin adjusts its rhythm. This adjustment supports a calm emotional tone that is well suited for bedtime. Rather than energizing you late into the evening, your emotional chemistry encourages reflection, stillness, and gentle introspection. Inside your limbic system, a region that shapes emotional processing, winter changes the way information is sorted. The decrease in light signals the brain to shift toward an inward emotional posture. This posture does not mean sadness or withdrawal. Instead, it reflects a natural winter rhythm that emphasizes rest, contemplation, and the soft release of the emotional tensions carried throughout the day. Your brain becomes more responsive to warmth, comfort, and moments of quiet connection. This responsiveness helps prepare you for deeper stages of sleep, where emotional healing takes place. The cold outside also influences your emotional world in ways that support rest. When you enter a warm room after being in the winter air, your body experiences a gentle contrast between cold and heat. This contrast stimulates your parasympathetic nervous system, the branch responsible for rest and calm. It sends signals of safety through your brain, letting you know that you have returned to a place where your body can release its daytime stress. This physiological sense of safety is one of the most important elements of sleep. Without it, your mind cannot transition deeply into rest. Winter naturally supports this transition each evening. As the night continues, your emotional centers begin preparing for the work of slow-wave sleep. In this stage, your brain processes emotional memories and releases tension stored in the limbic system. Winter's natural calmness helps ease you into this processing. The quiet of the season encourages your mind to let go of emotional burdens, one thought at a time. You may not remember the dreams or the sensations that accompany this release, but the effects are present when you awaken feeling lighter than the night before. During the winter months, the REM cycles later in the night become especially important. These cycles allow your emotional memories to be reorganized and softened. The early darkness that guided you into sleep supports this emotional healing by creating longer windows of rest. Your brain relies on these windows to perform the delicate work of separating emotional weight from the memories themselves. This process protects your emotional well-being and helps you greet winter mornings with steadiness. Your nervous system also benefits from the emotional rhythm of winter nights. Throughout the day, your sympathetic nervous system carries the demands of work, responsibility, and unexpected challenges. In the winter evening, when darkness settles early and the environment becomes quiet, your sympathetic activity decreases sooner. The parasympathetic system rises earlier, preparing your body for rest. This early shift is one of the reasons winter nights feel naturally calming. It is the biological foundation of the gentle winter emotional tone. This emotional softening is not a weakness. It is a sign that your brain and body are aligned with the season. Winter asks for reflection, warmth, and stillness. Your physiology responds with patterns that support this way of moving through the night. When you settle into bed during winter, your emotional system is already preparing for the renewal that takes place while you sleep. Your mind begins to sense the security of the night. Your breath becomes slow and steady. Your heart settles into a deep rhythm. The emotional layers of your day begin to loosen and drift away, making room for rest. You are supported by the season, carried by the chemistry of your brain, and guided gently into the deeper stages of the winter night. Your emotional world continues its winter rhythm, preparing you for the next chapter in your sleep journey, where the body begins coordinating its deepest restorative work.
As you continue drifting further into the winter night, the deeper stages of sleep begin to unfold with a rhythm that has quietly supported humanity for generations. Winter sleep is different from sleep in any other season. The longer nights, the colder air, and the early darkness create a physiological landscape that encourages your body to settle more fully and to restore itself with a depth that feels instinctive. You may not notice the details of these processes, but your body responds to winter with a kind of internal wisdom that guides every part of your night. When you enter deep sleep, also known as slow wave sleep, your brain shifts into one of its most essential states. Neurons that were active all day begin moving in large, slow waves that sweep across the brain. These waves help clear the noise of the daytime mind, reducing the chaos of individual thoughts and creating a silent internal field. In this silence, your brain begins its nightly cleansing through the glymphatic system. Cerebrospinal fluid flows steadily through the spaces around your neurons, collecting the waste products that accumulated while you were awake. Winter amplifies this process because the longer nights provide more time for deep sleep to unfold. During deep winter sleep, your body temperature remains lower for a longer period. This lowered temperature supports the activation of slow-wave sleep by allowing your brain to maintain the precise conditions it needs for restoration. Your heart rate becomes steady and strong. Your breathing moves into a calm rhythm that brings oxygen deeply into your lungs. Each breath supports the clearing of carbon dioxide and the replenishing of your blood with fresh oxygen. This simple exchange is one of the foundations of deep sleep
and becomes especially supportive during winter. While your brain works through its cleansing cycles, your body shifts into a state of repair that affects every organ system. Muscle tissues rebuild themselves after the strain of the day. Small tears in muscle fibers are repaired with proteins that your body organizes during sleep. Growth hormone rises during these deep stages, supporting the rebuilding process that strengthens your tissues for the days ahead. Winter nights, with their extended periods of darkness, create a longer window for these restorative processes to unfold without interruption. Your immune system also becomes more active during winter sleep. Immune cells travel through your bloodstream, searching for areas that need repair or protection. They locate damaged tissues, remove cells that have completed their life cycles, and prepare your body to face the colder days. The immune system is closely linked to sleep, and winter provides an opportunity for deeper immune renewal. The quiet of the season and the natural rhythm of the night allow your immune cells to work with steadiness and precision. Inside your liver, an essential form of restoration takes place as well. The liver processes toxins, regulates blood sugar, and organizes nutrients for your cells. During sleep, especially in winter, the liver works more efficiently because your body directs more energy toward internal healing when the outside world becomes still. Winter encourages longer sleep durations, which give your liver more time to complete its nightly work. You awaken with a clearer internal balance because these processes have been able to move uninterrupted through the night. Your digestive system also enters a peaceful state. After a day of absorbing nutrients and supporting metabolism, the digestive organs move into a slower rhythm during deep sleep. Winter amplifies this rhythm. The decrease in temperature and the longer nights allow your digestive system to rest in ways that support overall health. The quiet of the night gives your intestines the time they need to repair tissues, balance gut bacteria, and prepare for the next day's activity. Your cardiovascular system benefits significantly from deep winter sleep. With a lower heart rate and reduced blood pressure, your heart experiences a restorative pause. The inner lining of your blood vessels repairs itself. The muscles of your heart experience relief from the demands of the day. Winter promotes these restorative cycles through the natural decrease in metabolic activity that accompanies long nights. Your heart receives extra time in this calm state, which supports long-term cardiovascular health. Emotionally, deep winter sleep creates a sanctuary where your feelings can settle. The winter environment encourages earlier sleep onset, allowing your emotional centers to unwind for a longer duration. When you enter slow-wave sleep, the emotional weight of the day loosens. Your brain sorts through memories and reorganizes them without the interference of conscious thought. The stillness of the winter supports this emotional rebalancing by aligning your internal processes with the quiet rhythm of the season. Throughout the night, your parasympathetic nervous system remains dominant. This system guides your body into a restorative mode. It slows your heart rate, it calms your breathing, it steadies your digestion. It creates a gentle internal environment that supports healing. Winter enhances the activity of the parasympathetic system because the season naturally encourages stillness. When you lie beneath warm covers while the cold air surrounds you, your body senses safety and enters a deeper state of restorative rest. During these deeper cycles, your brain also begins laying the foundation for the dreams that will arrive in the next stage of your sleep. while slow-wave sleep focuses on physical and cellular restoration. The dream stages focus on emotional healing and cognitive organization. Winter supports this transition by keeping your temperature stable and your internal environment quiet. When you eventually move into REM sleep later in the night, your mind will approach that stage with a sense of ease supported by the deep restoration that came before it. As you settle deeper into the winter night, every system within you works toward balance. The early darkness gave your body a calm beginning. The temperature drop encouraged your physiology to enter deeper stages of rest. The emotional softening helped your mind release the weight of the day. Now, deep winter sleep allows your body to renew itself with a sense of completeness that comes only in this season. You continue resting within this sanctuary of winter, unaware of the quiet processes unfolding inside you, yet supported by them in every breath.
As your body completes the deep restoration of slow-wave sleep, you begin to drift toward the next stage of the winter night, where your mind enters a different kind of healing. This stage is REM sleep, the time when your dreams become most vivid and your emotional world reorganizes itself beneath the quiet darkness of winter. REM sleep is complex and beautiful, and winter changes its rhythm in ways that quietly support your mind. In winter, REM cycles tend to lengthen. The early evening melatonin rise and the longer nights give your brain more time to complete the cycles that support emotional and cognitive balance. You may not remember the dreams that unfold during this stage, but the effects shape the way you feel in the morning. Winter dreams often carry a deeper sense of reflection. They hold the feelings you experience through your day and blend them with the soft emotional atmosphere of the season. As you enter REM sleep, your breathing changes. It becomes irregular at times, yet still gentle and safe. Your heart rate rises slightly, guided by the increased activity within your brain. The muscles of your body remain still, held in a protective state that prevents you from acting out the movements that happen within your dreams. This stillness allows your mind to explore memories and emotions without interfering with your physical rest. Inside your brain, the limbic system becomes highly active. The amygdala, which plays a central role in emotional processing, begins sorting through the feelings you carried into the night. It reviews moments of stress, moments of connection, and moments of uncertainty. But unlike during the day, these moments are processed without fear. The dreaming mind operates in an environment that removes the impact of real-world consequences. You are free to revisit emotions with a soft curiosity rather than intensity. Your prefrontal cortex, which governs logic and decision-making, becomes less active during REM sleep. This decrease allows your dreams to unfold without the constraints of rational thought. It also enables your brain to reorganize emotional experiences in ways that support healing. In winter, this process becomes especially important because the season brings a shift in mood and energy. The emotional landscape of winter is quieter, more reflective, and more inward. REM sleep uses this landscape to work through the feelings that winter naturally brings. The hippocampus, a structure involved in memory, plays a significant role during REM dreams. It takes the emotional impressions gathered throughout the day and organizes them into long-term storage.
It softens the intensity of emotionally charged memories and binds them to other experiences that give them context. This process prevents emotional experiences from overwhelming your waking mind. In winter, when your emotional tone may be more introspective, this work becomes even more valuable. Winter dreams often feel different from dreams in other seasons, even if you do not remember them. The absence of strong light during the day and the presence of darkness for many hours influence the emotional themes of your dreams. They may carry a sense of softness, nostalgia, or warmth. These emotional textures reflect the way your brain is responding to the season. Dreaming provides a safe space where your mind can release the weight of the day and prepare for the new experiences that await you in the morning. During REM sleep, the glymphatic system continues its subtle work. Although it is most active during slow wave sleep, this system still moves fluid through your brain during REM. This movement clears the small waste particles created by the heightened neural activity of dreams. Winter nights, with their extended duration, give the glymphatic system more opportunities to clear these byproducts, leaving your brain refreshed and ready for the next day. Your nervous system also benefits from the cycles of REM sleep. While the sympathetic nervous system becomes slightly more active during this stage, it does so in a controlled and balanced way. This activity supports the processing of emotional arousal within dreams while allowing your physical body to remain deeply calm. The parasympathetic system continues to guide your breath and maintain the state of rest even as your mind becomes more active. This careful balance helps you release emotional tension without disturbing your physical restoration. Your cardiovascular system experiences gentle fluctuations during REM. The slight increase in heart rate supports oxygen delivery to the brain during intense dream activity. These changes are natural and safe. Winter enhances these processes by providing a stable external environment that keeps your core temperature steady. The warmth of your blankets and the cold of the air around you create a contrast that supports emotional release without disturbing your sleep. The emotional rebalancing that takes place during winter REM cycles shapes your mood for the days ahead. When you wake after a night of winter dreams, you carry the results of this reorganization. You may feel calmer, more grounded, or more capable of handling the complexities of life. You may also notice that the emotional sharpness of stressful days begins to fade more quickly. Winter supports this softening by creating a nighttime environment where your mind can process emotions with patience and depth. Throughout the night, the cycles of REM and slow-wave sleep continue alternating. With each cycle, your mind becomes lighter, your emotions become clearer, and your nervous system becomes more balanced. Winter nights give these cycles the space needed to unfold without interruption. You are not aware of the transitions as they happen, but your brain experiences them as a gentle rhythm that guides you through the layers of the night. As you move through the final moments of REM sleep in this cycle, your mind begins preparing for the next stage of your winter sleep journey. The dreams that supported your emotional healing begin to dissolve into the quiet darkness. Your breathing deepens again. Your heart rate settles into a calmer rhythm. You drift toward another period of deep sleep, guided by the winter night that holds you in its quiet embrace. Your emotional world continues reshaping itself in the background, preparing you for the deeper integration of mind and body that will unfold in the next part of your journey.
As the night moves toward its deepest and stillest hours, your body enters a stretch of time that feels different from anything you experience during the day. This is the quiet heart of the winter night, a period when everything around you slows into a silence that seems to hold you gently in place. Outside your window, the darkness remains calm and unmoving. The cold air settles over your surroundings like a heavy blanket. Even in busy cities, winter creates a pause in the world that becomes part of your sleep without you ever noticing. Inside you, this stillness transforms your physiology. Your body aligns with the rhythm of the season in ways that become especially noticeable in these silent hours. Your breath moves more evenly. Your heart beats with a quiet steadiness that reflects your deepest levels of rest. These moments are when your body and mind work together to sustain the renewal that will support you when morning arrives. Your brain remains in a cycle of alternating sleep stages, shifting gently between deep, slow-wave sleep and lighter REM sleep. During these quiet hours, these cycles become smoother and more coordinated. The early darkness of winter helped you reach these stages sooner, and now your body has settled into a stable pattern that supports your deepest restoration. Each cycle cleanses your mind, strengthens your body, and prepares your emotional world for the challenges and connections that await you when the sun rises. The glymphatic system becomes active once again as you enter another round of deep, slow-wave sleep. Cerebrospinal fluid moves through the spaces between your brain cells, carrying away the waste molecules that accumulated during your dreams. This cleansing is gentle and unforced. It takes place with the same softness as the darkness outside your window. Winter supports this process by allowing your core temperature to remain low and your sleep to remain uninterrupted for longer periods. Your emotional world benefits from these quiet hours as well. After the intensity of REM dreams, your emotional centers settle back into a state of peace. The amygdala calms itself. The prefrontal cortex prepares for another period of restoration. The hippocampus continues sorting and organizing your memories. These processes unfold with a sense of quiet consistency. Winter encourages your emotional system to maintain a slower pace, allowing you to release feelings and thoughts without the pressure of daylight. Your breathing deepens during this stage. With each inhale, cool winter air enters your nose and becomes warmed by your body before it reaches your lungs. This natural process helps maintain the internal balance your body relies on. The slow, steady breaths of this stage support your parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for rest and healing. Winter nights encourage this system to remain active for longer, guiding your body toward deeper restoration. Your metabolism also slows during the quietest hours of the winter night. This slowdown is natural and healthy. Your body reduces its use of energy so that more resources can be directed toward repair. In warmer seasons, your metabolism remains slightly more active during sleep because your body must work harder to regulate its temperature. In winter, the external cold helps stabilize your internal temperature, giving your metabolism the freedom to move into a deeply restful state. Your cardiovascular system benefits from this quiet as well. The vessels in your body relax. Your blood pressure reaches one of its lowest points of the entire day. Your heart works with minimal strain, allowing it to restore its strength. The winter environment supports this by keeping your body cool and encouraging your system to remain in a calm, steady rhythm. Many people feel a sense of peace during these hours without understanding why. It is not only the quiet outside, it is the quiet inside you. Your thoughts drift softly, unhurried by expectation. The hormonal patterns of winter support this state. Melatonin remains active, helping maintain your internal sense of nighttime. Cortisol stays low, allowing your mind to remain free from the urgency associated with stress or planning. Your emotional centers of your brain remain in a state of calm because the night signals safety and rest. Your skin senses the temperature of the room around you. The warmth of your blankets becomes a signal to your nervous system that you are protected. Winter amplifies this sensation. The contrast between the cold air outside your bed and the warmth inside creates a feeling of security. Your body interprets this as a sign that it can release itself more deeply into rest. This sense of safety is essential for quality sleep. Without it, your brain would remain alert and unable to enter its deepest layers of restoration. Your digestive system remains calm and quiet during these hours. The organs inside your abdomen rest, heal, and prepare for the next day. Winter supports this process by encouraging a longer sleep duration. With more hours available for rest, your digestive system receives the time it needs to restore itself fully. This supports your overall health and helps your body process nutrients more effectively when the day begins. As you continue through these quiet hours, your body adjusts its hormones to prepare for the eventual rise of morning. Growth hormone remains active, supporting tissue repair and helping maintain your strength. Immune cells continue moving through your bloodstream, identifying areas that need attention. These cells work quietly, often focusing more intensively at night because the body is still and the environment is dark. Winter enhances their activity by giving them more time to complete their tasks. Your body remains wrapped in a deep sense of calm that mirrors the landscape outside. The winter night stillness supports your internal processes in a way that feels instinctive and familiar. Humans have experienced this seasonal rhythm for thousands of years. It is woven into your physiology. Even though your life may move with a steady pace throughout the year, your body remembers the ancient connection between cold nights and restorative sleep. As these deep hours of the winter night continue, your mind and body remain in a harmonious state of healing. You are supported by the darkness, the temperature, the length of the night, and the quietness of the season. This support carries you further into rest, guiding you toward the next stage of your winter sleep journey. As the winter night begins its quiet approach toward dawn, your body enters the final major cycle of sleep. This is the last deep transformation before morning arrives. Throughout the night, you have moved gently between slow-wave sleep and REM sleep, each cycle supporting your mind and body in different ways. Now, as the earliest light waits below the horizon, your brain prepares to enter one more extended phase of REM sleep.
This final cycle plays a meaningful role in reshaping your emotional world and preparing you for the day that lies ahead. During this last REM cycle, your brain becomes active once again in a safe and contained way. Your breath changes in rhythm. It becomes slightly faster, though still soft and peaceful. Your heart rate rises gently to support the increased activity happening inside your mind. Even with this shift, your muscles remain deeply relaxed. Your body continues to rest while your brain completes its emotional and cognitive reset. Inside your brain, the limbic system becomes illuminated with activity. The amygdala revisits emotional moments from the previous day or even from previous weeks. It does this not to overwhelm you, but to soften the emotional weight associated with those memories. REM sleep is the time when your brain separates emotional intensity from the factual content of experiences. This separation allows you to remember events without carrying their stress into the morning. Winter supports this process by giving you longer nights and slower rhythms. The season invites your emotional system to embrace stillness, which makes the work of this final REM cycle even more effective. Your prefrontal cortex remains mostly quiet during this time. Without the usual influence of rational thinking or decision-making, your dreams unfold in a free and fluid way. This is why dreams can feel unusual, emotional, or symbolic. The dreaming mind does not aim to recreate your waking experiences. Instead, it reorganizes them. It guides your emotional world into balance. Winter dreams often reflect the calm, reflective tone of the season. The themes may feel peaceful or nostalgic. They may carry the warmth of memories or the simplicity of imagery that serves as emotional release. The hippocampus works quietly during this stage, organizing and stabilizing memories. It selects which experiences to store long-term and which ones to gently release. This is a protective process. Without it, your memory system would become overwhelmed. Winter supports this memory work by encouraging a longer overall sleep duration, allowing the hippocampus to move through its tasks with patience and precision. Your glymphatic system continues its subtle cleansing during this final REM cycle. Although it is most active during slow-wave sleep, it still moves fluid through your brain during dreaming. The heightened neural activity of REM creates small amounts of metabolic waste. The glymphatic flow helps remove this waste so that your brain remains clear and balanced. Winter enhances this process by keeping your core temperature low and your sleep uninterrupted for longer stretches. Your cardiovascular system adjusts itself gently as well. The slight increase in heart rate during REM supports oxygen delivery to your brain. These changes are natural and safe. They reflect the healthy activation of your neural pathways as they process emotions and memories. The winter environment around you keeps your body cool, supporting this internal balance and encouraging steady rhythms throughout the night. As the final REM cycle continues, your emotional world becomes more stable. Feelings that felt strong during the day may lose their intensity. Thoughts that lingered may reorganize into softer shapes. Your brain releases emotional pressure through the gentle, symbolic movements of dreams. By the time you awaken, you carry the results of this emotional rebalancing. You feel clearer. You feel more grounded. You feel supported by the night that held you. As the winter morning approaches, your hormonal rhythms begin to shift. Melatonin, which guided you into sleep and held you gently through the night, starts to decline. The decrease is slow and controlled. It prepares your body to reconnect with the external world. Cortisol begins to rise in a natural and healthy way. This slow increase helps you transition from sleep to wakefulness. The rise of cortisol during winter mornings may feel softer than in other seasons because the sun rises later and with a gentler light. Your body adapts to this slower rhythm, giving you a calm beginning to your day. Your breathing becomes deeper and more regular. Your heart rate settles into a pattern that supports wakefulness. Your muscles, which remain still throughout the night, prepare to move again. Winter mornings often feel slower because your body takes its time to rise. This is natural. The cold air outside your warm bed encourages your body to remain in a state of comfort before stepping into the day. Your physiology understands this rhythm and guides you through it with patience. Your emotional system prepares itself for morning as well. The work your brain completed during REM sleep allows you to greet the day with steadiness. The amygdala has released much of the emotional tension it held. The prefrontal cortex begins reawakening, ready to help you think clearly and make decisions. The hippocampus prepares your memory system for new experiences. These transitions happen quietly. They unfold in the background as your body prepares to rise. Your digestive system wakes gently during winter mornings. It begins increasing activity as your metabolism shifts from nighttime restoration to daytime function. Your liver completes its final tasks of the night and prepares your body to receive energy. Your blood sugar levels rise slowly to support alertness. Winter encourages this slow rise, allowing your body to move into the day with calm rather than urgency. As the first hints of morning light touch the edges of the sky, your internal clock receives the signal that the night is ending. The winter morning light is soft and pale. It does not rush your body. It allows your physiology to complete the transition from sleep to wakefulness in a peaceful way. You begin to sense your surroundings. Your breath remains steady. Your thoughts begin to lift from the quiet depth of sleep. The winter morning arrives gently, just as your physiology intended. You rest in the final moments of the night, preparing for the last part of your journey, where your body and mind rise into the new day with clarity, warmth, and the quiet strength winter has helped you rebuild. As the winter night releases its final deep breaths, your body prepares to leave the world of sleep and step gently into the early hours of morning. The transformation that takes place in these moments is delicate. It reflects the wisdom of your physiology, the calmness of the season, and the soft emotional landscape shaped by your night of rest. You are returning from a long journey through darkness, dreams, and restoration, guided by the quiet rhythm of winter. Your body begins this transition long before you open your eyes. In the minutes before waking, your brain's internal clock signals that the night is ending. These signals move through your nervous system and reach your endocrine system, where cortisol begins its slow and natural rise. During winter, this rise feels softer because the world outside remains dim. The first light of the winter morning does not rush into your room. It enters with patience, giving your physiology time to adjust. Melatonin continues to fade as cortisol rises. The gentle decline of melatonin lifts the softness that surrounded your mind throughout the night. Your thoughts begin to gather themselves. Your senses awaken slowly. This shift is not abrupt. It is a transition designed to protect your emotional stability and support your clarity. Your breathing begins to change as well. The deep, steady breaths of sleep become slightly more awake. Your lungs expand with a fuller rhythm. The air feels cool but comforting. The contrast between the warmth of your blankets and the winter air around you encourages your nervous system to prepare for movement. This contrast signals that your body is safe, supported, and ready to rise in its own time. Your heart responds to the changing light and the hormonal shifts within you. Its rhythm strengthens gradually. Its pace returns to the level needed for wakefulness. The cardiovascular rest you experienced through the night now transitions into a state of readiness. Your vessels expand with the soft pressure of increased circulation. Your muscles begin receiving the oxygen they will soon need. This process unfolds quietly, without strain. Inside your brain, the final organization of memories and emotions takes place. The work completed during REM sleep integrates itself into your waking consciousness. Emotional threads that had been tangled become looser. Memories that needed clarity become more defined. Thoughts that once carried weight feel lighter. Winter mornings give this cognitive reorganization the time it needs to settle. The slower rising light means your brain is not pushed into wakefulness before it is ready. Instead, it follows its natural rhythm, shaped by the chemistry of the season. The hypothalamus also prepares your body for daytime function. It increases your core temperature as part of the awakening process. Throughout the winter night, your body maintained a cooler internal environment to support deep sleep. As morning approaches, your temperature rises gently. This rise signals to your body that it is time to return to the world outside your dreams. The warmth you feel in your chest and your limbs reflects this internal shift, even if you are still wrapped in the quiet of sleep. Your digestive system awakens with care. The organs that spent the night resting begin to prepare for the day's nourishment. Your metabolism remains slow at first, aligning with the quiet pace of winter mornings. Your appetite may feel different in winter. Many people notice that they prefer warm foods, gentle flavors, or a slower breakfast. These preferences are not random. They arise from the way your physiology adapts to the season. Your body seeks comfort and sustained energy, reflecting the natural pattern of winter. Your immune system completes its nightly patrol. Immune cells return to a resting rhythm, ready to respond to the challenges of the day. Winter places increased demands on your immune system, and the work completed during your sleep supports your overall resilience. The quiet restoration of the night prepares your body to face the cold air outside your home and the microbes that often circulate during this season. Your emotional system also prepares for the morning. The calmness of winter allows your feelings to settle more naturally. The amygdala, which became active during REM sleep, now moves into a balanced state. The prefrontal cortex prepares to guide your decision-making and focus. Together, these regions create a foundation of emotional clarity that support your interactions and responsibilities throughout the day. As the final moments of sleep drift away, your senses reach outward. You may notice the softness of winter light touching your closed eyelids. You may sense the coolness of the air against your face. You may feel the warmth of your blankets surrounding you. These sensations bring you gently into the present moment. They remind you that you are safe and supported both by your environment and by the work your physiology has completed throughout the night. You may take your first conscious breath of the day, noticing how it feels to inhale the winter air. This breath carries the quiet strength of the night. It brings with it the restoration your body has built slowly through hours of deep sleep. Each part of you has been renewed by the rhythms of winter. Your muscles feel rested. Your mind feels clearer. Your emotions feel steady. Your nervous system feels calm. Winter mornings invite you to rise slowly. They ask you to move gently into the day. They offer a softness that echoes the long and quiet rest you experienced through the night. As you prepare to open your eyes, you carry within you the stillness of the season. You carry the calm shaped by the early darkness. You carry the emotional clarity shaped by the dreams that moved through your mind. You carry the physical restoration shaped by the deepest layers of sleep. When you finally open your eyes, the winter morning meets you with its pale light and its quiet promise. You enter the day with the strength winter has helped you rebuild. You begin again with warmth in your breath, clarity in your thoughts, and the steady sense of peace that comes from a night shaped by the quiet intelligence of your physiology. Your winter night has completed its work. The morning now invites you forward with calm and gentle purpose.
As this winter night begins to settle toward its quiet conclusion, your body continues doing what it has been doing all along, resting, repairing, and rebalancing itself in ways that do not require your awareness. While you listened, while you breathed, while you remained still, the season worked quietly with your physiology, guiding you through rhythms older than memory. Winter has a way of asking less of you. It lowers the light. It softens the world. It reduces the signals that demand attention. And in doing so, it creates space for your nervous system to relax, for your hormones to find their seasonal balance, and for your sleep to deepen in ways that are difficult during brighter, busier months. Throughout this night, your body responded to early darkness by slowing itself naturally. Melatonin rose without effort. Your heart softened its pace. Your temperature found the range needed for restoration. Your immune system moved quietly through your bloodstream, repairing and strengthening without interruption. None of this required instruction. None of it required intention. Your body simply followed the rhythm winter provided. Your mind, too, found its way into a gentler state. Emotional intensity loosened. Thoughts that felt heavy during the day lost their sharp edges. Memories reorganized themselves in sleep, separating feeling from meaning, stress from experience. This emotional rebalancing is one of winter's greatest gifts. Longer nights allow your mind to process without hurry, to heal without pressure. Even now, as this story comes to a close, those processes continue. Sleep does not end when words stop. Restoration does not depend on narration. The winter night carries on, holding you in an environment designed for rest. Darkness remains outside. Quiet fills the space around you. Your physiology continues its work uninterrupted. If you are still awake, there is nothing you need to do. Wakefulness during winter nights is not a failure. It is often a transitional state, a soft shoreline between the day and the deeper waters of sleep. Allow it. Let your body move at its own pace. Winter does not rush you. If you are drifting, allow yourself to drift fully. Trust the season. Trust the intelligence of your body. Trust that sleep will come not because you demand it, but because the conditions are right. Winter nights are not meant to be productive. They are meant to be restorative. They are meant to give your body time to clear, time to repair, time to prepare you for the days ahead. Even when the world outside feels cold or heavy, your internal world is being supported in quiet, powerful ways. When morning eventually arrives, it will arrive gently. Winter mornings do not force awakening. Light returns slowly. Cortisol rises with care. Your body transitions back toward wakefulness without shock. The night will have done its work, leaving you steadier, calmer, and more grounded than before. For now, remain where you are, wrapped in warmth, supported by stillness, held by the season. Winter is not asking you to change, it is allowing you to rest. Let the night continue. Let your breathing remain slow. Let your body finish what it began when darkness first arrived. This winter night belongs to you.